In this week's Parsha, Bamidbar, the Torah seems to be telling us something that's, don't quote me, seems boring. It's got a census in it with a lot of detail. And in addition to that, there's a description of all the camping and the flags that the Jewish people had in the desert. And all this information, for the most part, seems only relevant to that generation. What's the meaning? There's a medrash that says that the Jewish people saw that the angels at Mount Sinai also had flags, and they asked God for flags, and he gave them flags. But instead of what it sounds like there, that the angels each had individual flags, the Jewish people only got them for their tribes. What are the individual flags that we could each have? The census also gives numbers that seem to indicate that the Torah's number of 603,550 is rounded. I'm not getting into all the commentaries that prove that. But there's another number you can derive through the oral Torah that says there's a letter for each Jew in the Torah. Exactly what that means also takes time. But the bottom line is that number comes out to 603,509, only 41 away. And the rounding error, if we go through the math together in person, is about between 1 and 50. And that is only a difference of 41. What are these two numbers? The oral Torah number, 509, 603,509, represents the exact number, while the written Torah number, 603,550, the rounded number goes with the fact that we need a general count for the army. We need a general count for the multiplicity of Jews by tribe. But the number in the oral Torah is the exact unrounded number of exactly how many people were in that group for 12 tribes of men, 20 and up, according to some 20 to 60. That was the exact number. And the point really is that they were counted for both purposes. The Torah says they were counted by the number of their names. A name, if you go back enough generations, so-and-so, the child of so-and-so, the child of so-and-so, eventually is unique. Everybody is unique. And if there's one unique soul, one unique shame, that's a name, missing from the Jewish people, then it's like a Sefer Torah, a Torah scroll missing a letter. When one Jew, God forbid, dies in a terrorist act, then our nation, so to speak, is invalid. We're not a kosher Sefer Torah anymore. We're missing something. We're just not the same. But the same is true at a national level. We have to have our team. But the details of exactly how many people there are don't matter. You just have the group. You do lose your individuality to some extent when you're part of the group. But on the other hand, the leader, Moshe, or the leaders, Moshe and Aaron, have to recognize the individual name, the individual soul, because the word shame is at the center of the word soul. Right? They have to count each person by their name to know their soul, recognize their own individual greatness. Every Jew is important, just like every letter of the Torah is important. One letter missing in the Torah, and the Torah is invalid. One Jew missing, as we said a minute ago, and the Jewish people are almost invalid. But the flag represents your mission. A group has a flag that's supposed to, if well designed, represent what the group stands for. Each tribe had its own flag. What was the individual flag of every Jew? What was the flag for the name of each person? Each person who had an individual name has an individual mission. Just like the flag tells us the group mission, the individual flag has the individual mission. How do you know your mission? You'll never know it all, but you'll work on figuring it out. And the key to figuring it out is the commentaries say that our rabbis from ages ago, one of the things you can realize is by that which you struggle in the most, the sin that is hardest to give up, the mitzvah to do something that's hardest to do, or the character trait that's hardest to fix. Fixing or doing those things, that is your unique mission. And if you were sent to this world, that is what you have to do. And if you miss your unique mission, it's, so to speak, like the Torah is puzzle. Your letter is no good. So I bless you all. You should succeed in finding your mission and keeping our Torah, the Jewish people, holy. Have a good Shabbos.